Prologue: The Invisible Thread. In the vast labyrinth of the human psyche, we are all Theseus in search of a lost center, a Minotaur to be confronted, a freedom attainable only through courage and wisdom. But where is the thread that guides us? Who weaves it? Ariadne, the one who offers the golden thread, is not merely a mythological figure, but an archetypal force dwelling within our unconscious, waiting for the moment when we choose to face our inner labyrinths and confront our shadows. Ariadne is neither the heroine nor the warrior. She is the strategist, the visionary, the connector. In every decision we make, in every dilemma we encounter, Ariadne's archetype manifests when we choose to trust intuition, the bonds that tie us to what is essential, and the wisdom of not facing chaos alone. She is the thread that leads the hero back to the light. And perhaps as we follow this thread, we are also weaving new paths for others to cross the labyrinth. The archetype of Ariadne in the psyche. Above all, Ariadne represents an archetype of connection. In Greek mythology, she is the daughter of King Minos, the young woman who, moved by love and compassion, offers Theseus the thread that allows him to navigate the labyrinth and defeat the Minotaur. At first glance, this story may seem only a tale of heroism and betrayal, but symbolically, Ariadne embodies the ability to find a way amid chaos. In the psyche, Ariadne's archetype appears as the ability to create a point of reference in the midst of confusion, whether internal or external. She is the inner voice reminding us not to lose connection with who we are while we explore unknown territories. Ariadne and intuition and planning. In daily life, Ariadne is that part of us that helps us build a plan even when immersed in chaos. Imagine yourself in a complex work situation, a project full of problems, team conflicts, and impossible deadlines. Ariadne's energy arises when you take a step back, analyze the situation, and discover a guiding thread, a plan or idea that can help you and others escape the labyrinth. This thread may be a timeline, a decisive conversation, or even the choice to prioritize one aspect of the project over others. Ariadne and emotional bonds. In the emotional realm, Ariadne represents the strength of the bonds that help us through difficult times. Think of a friendship or a romantic relationship that supported you during a crisis. That bond is not only a safe harbor, it is the thread that connects you to your humanity. Ariadne teaches us that we do not face labyrinths alone. We need the ties that keep us anchored. Ariadne and self-knowledge. The labyrinth that houses the Minotaur can be seen as a symbolic representation of the unconscious. The Minotaur embodies everything we repress or fear within ourselves, our traumas, fears, and dark desires. Ariadne offers us the thread that allows us to explore this labyrinth without being consumed by it. This thread is the courage to look inward, but also the wisdom to know how to return to the realm of consciousness. In practices of self-knowledge, such as meditation or Jungian analysis, it is Ariadne who guides us. The thread may be a mantra, a journal, or even a therapist who helps us keep perspective as we navigate the depths of the soul. The importance of Ariadne, choices and renunciations. Curiously, Ariadne's story does not end in the labyrinth. Betrayed by Theseus, she is abandoned on an island only to be rescued and exalted by the god Dionysus, who transforms her into a goddess. This outcome is a powerful reminder that in helping others find their paths, we must also remember ourselves. It is easy to lose oneself while aiding others in crossing their labyrinths, but Ariadne also symbolizes renewal, the need to find new purposes after the end of a journey. Examples in daily life. At work, a team leader who identifies solutions in complex scenarios and guides the team through challenges embodies the archetype of Ariadne. In personal life, a friend or therapist who offers words of wisdom or a practical strategy to handle an emotionally exhausting situation acts as Ariadne in your life. In art and creativity, an artist who discovers a guiding thread to give form to a complex work, connecting seemingly chaotic elements, is also guided by Ariadne. Why mythology as a tool for self-knowledge is important. Seeking only entertainment in mythology is like looking at a compass without using it to find direction. Myths are not merely stories from the past, they are living metaphors that resonate with our deepest experiences. When we ignore the psychological meaning, we lose the opportunity to dialogue with the unconscious, integrate our shadows, and become more aware of our own patterns. When we delve into the archetypal meaning, we realize that every myth is a lesson for our lives. Ariadne, for example, teaches the importance of the bonds we create, of strategic planning, and of the courage to face our own labyrinths. Every time we offer our thread to someone or find a guide in difficult times, we are manifesting Ariadne's archetype. Focusing only on mythological characters as figures of entertainment or simple fantastic stories is like admiring a work of art only for its colors without asking what the artist wanted to convey or what emotion the work awakens. While mythology also serves to entertain and enchant the imagination, it plays a much more profound and transformative role when understood as a mirror of the psyche and of universal experiences. Between entertainment and encounter. Mythology can be a source of pleasure and fascination, but its true power lies in its ability to transform our understanding of ourselves and the world. Seeing myths only as stories is like admiring a reflection in a cave without perceiving the light that projects it. When we deepen our psychological and archetypal understanding, we discover that every myth is a key to understanding our own journeys and awakening the dormant potential within us. The surface, mythology as entertainment. When we approach mythology merely as stories or characters, we tend to reduce its complexity to two-dimensional archetypes. This is common in adaptations for video games, films, or series, where gods and heroes become figures that entertain but often lose their psychological and philosophical depth. In this context, Ariadne may appear only as the young woman in love who helps Theseus, a secondary role that does not transcend the narrative. This approach can be fun and engaging, but it limits the transformative potential that mythology offers. It's like recognizing the labyrinth without understanding that it represents the choices and confusions of life, or seeing the Minotaur only as an external monster without realizing that it symbolizes our own fears and dark impulses. The depth, the psychological and archetypal meaning. On the other hand, when we seek to understand myths psychologically, we enter a realm where every character, event, and symbol speak directly to our inner experience. Ariadne, for instance, ceases to be merely the bearer of the thread and becomes an inner guide, a reminder that we are capable of building strategies to face our shadows. From a psychological perspective, each myth reveals something about our struggles, desires, and potentials. Carl Jung showed us that archetypes are universal patterns inhabiting the collective unconscious, and myths are a way of giving voice to these patterns. In this sense, mythology is a map that helps us navigate the complexity of our inner and outer lives. Examples of impact. Without psychological understanding, imagine someone who sees Hercules only as a muscular hero facing physical challenges, without understanding that his 12 labors represent a process of purification and maturation. That person misses the chance to reflect on their own challenges as stages of personal growth. With psychological understanding, a student of mythology who recognizes Hercules' labors as metaphors for the efforts required to overcome destructive impulses and achieve inner harmony, can apply these concepts to better understand their own daily struggles. Similarly, Ariadne, understood only as a character in a story, is reduced to a narrative role. When understood as an archetype, she becomes a symbol of strategic wisdom, compassion, and the strength of creating meaningful connections, all essential for overcoming any crisis. The thread that connects us. Ariadne reminds us that life is a labyrinth, and inevitably we will face our minotaurs. But she also teaches us that chaos can be faced with strategy, that bonds can save us, and that there is always a thread, even invisible, connecting all things. By invoking Ariadne, we learn to trust in our ability to weave paths where confusion once reigned, and to become weavers of our own destiny.